honorable colleagues, the House knows that the key to economic growth and development in any society is the provision of basic infrastructure and social amenities vis-à-vis road networks, potable water, and power generation. Notes the challenges caused by the poor nature and state of roads in the country, which are in deplorable condition, which makes it difficult for road users and commuters to ply without recording avoidable loss of lives and enormous damage to vehicles. Also notes that most federal highways were constructed in the 1970s, and since then, no major quality construction or rehabilitation has been carried out on these important federal links. Further notes that these federal highways have become death traps. Most of the roads that link further states of the Federal Capital Territory are at the verge of being cut off from being part of the federating units of Nigeria. Concern that if urgent measures are not taken to rehabilitate these roads in order to improve the economic and commercial activities of the people in terms of infrastructural development, they will continue to wallow in abject poverty, which can lead to the total collapse of social infrastructure. This can threaten the existence of some states as federating units of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Aware that the provision of the welfare of citizens is the responsibility of government as provided for in Section 14, subsection 1B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, concerned that at least 15 people die daily on Nigerian roads as a result of how bad the roads are. Worried that despite reportedly spending a whopping 1.4 trillion naira, that's $8.5 million over the years on road constructions alone, and also as much on maintaining and repairing the roads, there's little or nothing to show for. The House resolves to mandate the House Committee on FEMA to investigate all road constructions since 2007 to date, mandate the federal government through the Federal Ministry of Works and FEMA to include the construction and rehabilitation of these roads in their priority list for the 2020 budget. I so submit, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues. Honorable colleagues usually bring the issue of bad roads within their constituency. And not only the issue of bad roads, Mr. Speaker, the roads in the country is not just the complaint that we have every day on the issue of bad roads. The roads that we have these days in our country, Mr. Speaker, has claimed more lives than even the Boko Haram issue that we are crying of. On a daily basis, Nigerians die as a result of bad roads in the country. And most of these roads, contracts are being awarded, and if contracts are awarded, within 1 year, the roads became worse than how it was constructed. Just yesterday in Ekiti, a bridge collapsed and people lost their lives. And the same thing in some other places within the country and the federal roads. If you are moving and you will see a lot of ditches on the road, and when you check those contracts, Mr. Speaker, you will discover that it's either was just given few years ago, the roads, the contracts are either being completed, not completed, maintenance that have been paid for that very roads inside the contract sum. The companies that the contracts were given to, they no longer maintain those roads. It is very important, Mr. Speaker, that as you have taken the issue of insecurity very serious in this House, I beg of you and I beg of the House that the same thing, the way you have taken the issue of insecurity, we should look into the issue of bad roads in this country. Because it is expected that now that we are celebrating 59 years, we should have good roads linking from one state to the other. From one state to the other, we're supposed to have dualized roads by now. But, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the rate of our roads in this country is in a sorry state, that if we don't do something, we will not have the economy that we are now looking for to flourish to the next level that we are talking of. The MTEF that we have just passed today will just be an MTEF because the people at the grassroots will not have that which, they will not have the roads that they will come out with. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it's very important for us and for the House to look into the issue of roads. We are complaining every day on the issue of roads in the country, but no results. But I'm very positive that, Mr. Speaker, that if you lead this very issue of bad roads in the country, the executive will wake up, contractors will wake up, and at the same time, House will know that at this very particular moment, we are representing the people, because our people will be very happy that we ensure that good roads are in our constituencies. I call on the House to look into this issue very well, very well, and important, because the rate of deaths that we are having every day as a result of bad roads, Mr. Speaker, enough is enough. Let's look into the issue of bad roads in this country, and the relevant committees should look into the issue so that Nigeria will be better and we will all be better off. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.